Well, welcome to Bourbon Writers and another Blinded by Spice episode. Tonight, we're going to blind test 4 budget-friendly bourbons. When I say budget-friendly, I mean budget-friendly. I know all these to be under $25 before tax, and they're all pretty widely available. So, let's get started. We'll move the bottles and get right into the test. So what are we blind testing tonight? First up, the Benchmark Bonded. This is a 100 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now this is made by the Buffalo Distillery, and you could call it a bottom shelf bourbon because that's where I normally see it. I just like to call it a budget bourbon. So I've heard pretty good things about this. I've never tasted it, so that'll be interesting for a blind, something I haven't tasted. Also, something I haven't tasted. We have 2 of them tonight. The Old Forester Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 100 proof. Now, this, I wouldn't call this a budget bourbon, but it is under $25. I don't normally see it on the bottom shelf. It just happens to be the beginning of the Old Forester line as far as price point goes. There again, I've not tasted it, know nothing about it. Now, if you've noticed kind of a pattern going here, these are all 100 proof, well, almost 100 proof. The Wild Turkey 101, which we have tasted before, is 101 proof, also under $25. And it's not the least expensive Wild Turkey, but if I went least expensive, I wouldn't have been able to get 100 proof, so I stayed with the 101. And then, of course, one of our old fan favorites here, the Early Times Bottled in Bond, 100 proof. This is now made by Sazerac. A couple years ago, it was made by Brown-Forman, and to a lot of people, it still tastes like the Brown-Forman Early Times. We're going to see tonight if this does as well in a blind as it's done head-to-head with some of my other bourbons. So, 4 budget bourbons, all under $25, all around 100 proof, all pretty much readily available. I know they are in my area in North Georgia. And they are somewhere in these glasses. My lovely assistant has filled the glasses tonight, A, B, C, and D. I do not know what's in them. So we're going to go through them right to left, left to right. I don't think it really matters. And eliminate them one by one until we have one that's left, and then we'll do the reveal. So let's get started. All right. Tonight, we always start with A, so we're going to mix it up and we're going to start with D. I don't know why it looks like bourbon. Well, that's because it is bourbon. Give it a little swirl here. Nice sweet smell. Brown sugar, vanilla. Very pleasant. Cheers. Sweet. A little bit of spice up front. Tasting a little bit of proof on the back of the throat. Not bad. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I think I know what it's not so far, but that's pretty good. All right, glass C. And this smells different. This has got more of a peanut smell to it. Peanut butter and jam. Less bourbon-esque. Yeah, it's interesting smell. I'm not sure if I've smelled this before or not. Cheers. A little bit of spice up front. Brown sugarish. Nuttiness really didn't come across in the taste. Be interesting to see when I come back to it whether I pick up that peanut butter and jam, right? So on the glass B. This smells more like D does. Typical bourbon, brown sugar, vanilla. Smells good. Cheers. That's the tastiest of the three so far. A little bit of spice to it. Nice, I would say, molasses coming through in the flavor. Sweet. Got a little Kentucky hug going on here. Interesting. I wonder if the hug has more to do with that being the third sip than it does the bourbon. Could be, right? Everything adds up in the end. So, glass A. Oh, now this is entirely different from the other four. Bourbon, peanut butter and jam, bourbon, some kind of fruit jam. Definitely fruitier. I didn't really smell much fruit in the other ones. This is a lot fruitier than the other three. I'm not sure I've ever smelled this before. It could be this one or that one because I have no idea what they smell or taste like. It's kind of interesting that I'm putting two into the blind that I have no idea. And it could taste like cough syrup for all I know. Cheers. Interesting. It's more fruity, got a little more spice up front, and less sweet. A lot less sweet than B. Really, probably the least sweet of all four. I think we're going to have to eliminate A. So A is going to be fourth in our tasting tonight. It just, I don't know, just something about it just wasn't that good. A doesn't have that quintessential bourbon taste. It got a different aroma. It just, everything about it is different. It's just not bad. It's just not good. So A is out. I really like B, so I think it's between C and D of which one might go next. So we'll start off with D. This tastes like a typical bourbon. Not a bad bourbon, just not much to it, not much sweetness, not much depth. It's fine. I'm fine drinking it, but I have better in B and C. So let me confirm that before I look like an idiot. Too late! We'll try C again. That has got such an interesting flavor. Now, it's still bourbon flavor, but there's just something to that. It gives it some complexity, some depth. Definitely going to have to make glass D in third place. It's not a bad bourbon at all. I would certainly drink it if someone handed it to me. I don't know I'd refill it, but I'd certainly drink it. All right, so now it's down to B and C. B that tasted like maple toast, covered in syrup, covered in syrup. That's going to be tough to beat B, but we're going to give it a shot. So we'll try B again. I think B is the early times. I've been wrong before. It won't be the last time. But that is good, and early times is a good product. And it's got a bold flavor, and you get that, you know, brown sugar. Now, here it tastes like maple, when really I meant to say molasses. Because I don't really taste maple syrup, I taste more of a molasses. So, correct that. But C has got such an unusual taste. It's just like I hate to push it forward. That's some good stuff. I mean, it's different. It really is different. I wouldn't mind sipping that at all. I wouldn't mind sipping B or C. Oh, wow. Back to B. It's a really close one. Wow, that is such traditional, like Cooper's Craft, Old Forester, early times. Pour them all together, you'd have B. I've tasted enough of the Brown-Forman product that tastes like a Brown-Forman or an ex-Brown-Forman product. This confuses me, and I'm just about out. Waiter! She never comes. Well, it's going to be an upset because I just love whatever this is. It's different. It seems different from some of the other ones I have. Now, watch. It'll be the Wild Turkey 101, which normally if you put other bourbons next to it, I go like, yeah, 101. That's okay. Watch that be the 101 and this be the early times. Because I am pushing B forward, and I say tonight I like C. Okay, so we're just going to go from the closest back and do our reveal. All right, early times. I'm saying that early times was B. Boy, do I get a pony? Early times was B. I'm going to skip 101 for now because I think 101 was A. So we're going to go to the Old Forester 100. Watch it be A. No, I'm sorry, C. Watch it be C. Wow. Old Forester 100. I never would have thought that would have been A. It's got a different taste from the 1897, the 1910, the 1920. It's different. All right, well then, benchmark our bargain level Buffalo Trace Sazerac product. Which one was it? Oh my God. We have an upset. Our number one bourbon tonight is the Benchmark Bonded. I've never tasted it before. It's got a wonderful, it doesn't taste like a bargain bourbon at all. So are you telling me I pushed the Wild Turkey out number 3? Well, obviously I did. D. I need to taste that again because this was the Wild Turkey. Now that I put the two together, I remember that taste now. I thought it was something else. I really thought it was one of the others. So the benchmark wins the night. If I was a betting person, I would have bet on the Early Times winning, but then I probably would have done a side bet on the Old Forester because I just love the Old Forester line. We had some shakeups tonight, some twists, some surprises. We hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, please drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. And we'll see you next time. Waiter! She never comes.